Forgiveness and respect. Firstly, I'll go through forgiveness. In order to move on, one needs to forgive as well. For me, practicing forgiveness came in together with the letting go exercise, which included the pain. I needed to forgive, firstly myself and then my partner. At this point, I want to highlight that this is not an overnight process, not a quick fix. It took me a good year or two, and by being consistent and persistently working on myself, and by working with my fellow beings in the fellowship, I shed off the pain, hatred, hardness, and coldness within by doing the letting go exercise. I then moved on to healing and loving myself. Next step was the forgiveness. I was so consumed with being negative and resentment over my partner's behavior that I lost focus on myself. With so much bitterness, fear, self pity, and dreams of self revenge, there was little or no room for love or for the quiet voice of guidance within me. By truly letting go, I detached and forgave. In forgiving, my attitude towards him changed, and I began to realize that he was trying his best. I also came to believe that he was the messenger, that God used him to let me know that I needed help. I don't deny that hurtful things were done along the way by both of us, because I too reacted many times. I refuse to carry that burden of bitterness any further. Instead, I am grateful for what I have learned. Forgiveness is a simple reminder that I am on equal footing with every other child of God. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting and denying what had happened. It means choosing not to let the past control the present or the future. Forgiveness benefits both the forgiver and the forgiven. I don't know the motive or circumstances that caused my partner's behavior. In what happened, I allowed my spirit to be occupied with bitterness. And when I forgave, I freed myself and I rose to who I am today. Moving on to respect. In working with forgiveness, I realized that respect is equally important. I have found that respecting oneself and respecting others goes a long way. Just as I wanted to be respected, I also needed to respect others and respect them for who they are. Many times I looked down upon my partner, especially when he was unemployed, where he could not provide for us. I felt that I had the upper hand as I was the one who was working and providing. The fellowship taught me that alcoholism is a disease, and hence I needed to look and treat him with kindness, just as how I would treat another person who was sick. Just as how I wanted respect, kindness, and love, I needed to give this out as well. In giving, we receive. Listening and saying words like, I hear you, I understand, or identify where you are coming from makes the other person feel so much more comforted. I really started connecting to this and started using them in both my partner and my children, and for newcomers, friends, and family. And I started using this in my workplace as well. I want to share an episode I had at work. Two of my lady working colleagues, because of their status, did not show their respect towards me, and this infuriated me a lot. I tried my best to be nice to them. However, they continued to look down upon me. My manager, who was the director of the division, knew about this but did not do anything about it. So I took the things into my own hands. I set up a meeting with all the colleagues in our division. I basically told them of where I was coming from, what I need from them to do my job, and most importantly, in a nice way, spelled out that just as I respect each and every one of them for who they are and their titles, I also need the same amount of kindness and respect. From that day onwards, each of my colleagues really looked up to me, appreciated me, and gave me the respect I deserved. This cultivated not only respect amongst all of us, but also held us together as a team, which no other team had. By the way, the two other ladies, within a year or two, left our company. We in our division continued to work together in harmony and respect for each other. I loved going to work. This was my second family, another home away from home, where on both sides love, respect, and harmony flowed. Respect for oneself is the regard one has for their own character, dignity, and values. It is recognizing your own worth, setting personal boundaries, and making decisions that align with morals and beliefs. People who respect themselves are more likely to act with integrity, practice self discipline, and make choices that promote their well being. Self respect is not about superiority or arrogance, rather, it involves confidence, humility, and self awareness. It empowers individuals to stand up for themselves, pursue their goals, and avoid behaviors that are harmful or degrading. When one learns about self respect and practices these principles, respect for others flows. Respecting others means recognizing the inherent value and dignity of every person, regardless of their background, beliefs, or actions. It involves treating people with kindness, fairness, and courtesy. This includes listening without judgment, accepting differences, and valuing others' opinions and experiences. Respect for others is not just about tolerance, but about genuine appreciation for diversity and the understanding that everyone has a right to be heard and treated with dignity. Why does respect matter? It matters as it's vital for personal development in building trust and strengthens social harmony in families, schools, workplaces, and society. It also cultivates effective communication. Respect for both oneself and others is not optional, it is essential. It begins from within oneself and extends outwards, thus shaping our actions and interactions. By cultivating respect, we not only honor our own dignity, but also contribute to a more compassionate and just world. So for now, I love you and leave you with these words of wisdom. I am stronger than my struggles. Within me resides the strength to cope and continue. Knowledge decides what to say. Skill decides how to say. Attitude decides how much to say. And wisdom decides whether to say or not. Wake up and face your struggles head on. They are just stepping stones to your greatness. And know that God uses broken things beautifully. Broken clouds pour rain. Broken soil sits as fields. Broken crop yields seeds. Broken seeds give life to new plants. So, when you feel you are broken, be rest assured that God is planning to utilize you for something great. Be still, be strong, as you will rise above this all. And no matter what challenges comes along your way, completely trust life and its process of evolution. Thank you for listening, and God bless you till my next episode.